Hello ladies and gentlemen, Panzer here and welcome back to Paladins, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Goblin mech pilot himself, Ruckus. As a frontline hero, Ruckus and his mech Bolt are built to absorb damage. With a base health of 4,400, Ruckus isn't exactly easy to take down. However, his movement speed and size does make him fairly easy to hit. His primary weapons have changed since he first appeared very early on in Paladins. From a single minigun on one arm, he now wields miniguns on both arms with a total magazine capacity of 200 rounds. These guns deal a base damage of 53 per shot, with the possibility of headshot critical damage as well. However, unlike many other primary weapons in Paladins, the miniguns have a spin-up time. This means that they do not begin firing at their maximum firing rate immediately and instead speed up during firing. At maximum speed, they fire a shot every 0.04 seconds. Clearly, Ruckus is not short on sheer volume of fire. It does come at a cost, however. Firing slows down his movement by 70%, and the guns have a range of 300, after which they are subject to dynamic damage fall-off. His first ability is Emitter, which creates a shield around him which lasts 3.5 seconds. The shield is capable of absorbing 3,000 damage, and any nearby enemies are slowed down by 10% for 2 seconds. I've found that this ability can be very useful when combined with other champions' abilities. While the enemy team is focused on trying to take Ruckus down, he is able to slow them down and make them more vulnerable to damage from teammates, as well as protecting himself from damage. In particular, it has been shown to be useful for protecting against hard-to-hit flankers, since the slowing effect can allow Ruckus to get some damage in and fight back. What's interesting is that it can also be combined with Ruckus's ultimate ability, since activating his ult doesn't lock the ability out. His next ability is a repulsor field. The ability is entirely situational in that it can only be used when in range of an objective or payload. When activated, it will send out a pulse which protects nearby allies, causing them to take 50% reduced damage for 3 seconds. This can be very useful for securing an objective if the team is already very badly damaged. It has the potential to save teammates from certain death, but it can also be useful for keeping the team on the payload in a pinch. Advances Ruckus's next ability and only movement ability. It can allow Ruckus to quickly dash in any direction using his mech's thrusters. It has 2 charges which are charged individually, and he can also fire while using this ability. It allows him a means of escape or quickly advancing towards the objective. Hexafire is Ruckus's ultimate ability. While active, Ruckus deploys 2 additional miniguns and 2 rocket launchers. His new total of 4 miniguns will now deal 120 damage every 0.04 seconds, and the rocket launchers deal 250 damage per shot. However, he needs to be up close to his enemies for it to be effective, since it reduces his movement speed down to just 5% of the normal speed while the ability is active. It also has an accuracy of just 85% of normal, so don't expect pinpoint accuracy. He does, however, get a damage reduction bonus of 10%, so he can survive just a little bit longer while using it. As an ultimate, it excels at making enemies run for cover and completely destroying any that stay in the open. It's particularly effective against grouped enemies, deployables, and shield due to the sheer damage output. Overall, my impressions of Ruckus so far are pretty positive. While he might not have the highest base health of the frontline characters, and he's definitely not a tank in the traditional sense, his defensive abilities and damage output allow him to perform very versatile off-tank roles. Combined with high defense heroes like Makoa or Fernando, he can switch focus to dealing sustained damage without too much of a consequence. And with a more mobile team, he can be very useful for pushing the payload and keeping the team alive. I've definitely enjoyed playing Ruckus quite a lot. He definitely makes an impression when he's on the field, and being able to shift easily from defense to offense is what makes Ruckus a fun character to play. Oh, and being able to deploy 4 miniguns at once might have something to do with the fun factor. But let me know what you guys think. Is Ruckus a good all-rounder? Could he do with a nerf or even a buff? And if you're playing Paladins right now, what's your preferred character pick? Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. My name is Panzer, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.